Side view of the young woman's complete image. Her face isn't particularly long, right? Create this shape for her, the chin shell, and move it up a bit. Afterwards, the teacher led everyone to analyze when we look for her. Look, the top half of the head here is biased, half is biased. This one is lowered and tightened. After setting the corners, this part of the hair bangs is easy to find, right? The position of the eyes, and as you can see, it's not a straight line. Don't fix it as a straight line. The arc is a bit longer, and this position should be a bit longer. So let's follow her a bit more because she has to cover her eyes, right? Her look is twisted backward, a bit more back. Since there are many lines here, let's make the position of the brow ridge more specific. The distance here must be spread wide, not too close. It's easy to draw it very narrow. After finishing, look for key points at the eye tip and the root of the nose. I used the side seam to draw it with sharp eye distance. Look, it's all fixed. At the tip of the upper lip, lower lip, move a little further down, tuck the chin shell up a bit more. This part is just above half of this area. This is just above half of the range. Don't set it too low. Alright, let's start looking for the shape of this eye. This screen and camera are very large for everyone, making it look like a flat nose. Press down on this part, turn down on this part, stop. This spot should be rounded back and the lashes should be drawn outward. This spot at the base of the nose gives a small shape. This position will have a projection shape to this point. After finishing, the edges of the face retract a little. When finished, just follow this patch of hair out and apply it directly. You can see the shape of the nose tip isn't much different. Stick this part down a bit, then roll it back a bit. Circle back a bit, then find a projection shape. Alright, after finding this information, start coloring. Be a bit more delicate and take a beat. This spot will be deeper because it is covered by the hair. If it should be worsened, the pupils are still present. So you gradually figure out this hairstyle, move this position overall, and follow the shape from before. Now everyone can make up for this. After you're done, look, hey, leave some blank space where it should be. Look for this kind of hair, this kind of cover-up style. Just look at the whole hair and this feeling will fade away. Draw the projection shape directly toward the eye position, facing this feeling of strong blackout, the feeling of being blocked. After finishing, move on to drawing your hair. Look, the teacher switched to a side blade with a side tip. Press inward, following this shape. Press the putty inward, apply the putty and paint the color and spread out in a spreading style, one group at a time. This is a set, this is a group, this is a group, this is a group, this is a set. This makes it easier to control the pen. Don't keep arranging them, or if the rows are all the same length, you must leave some triangular blank spaces. This is the Mediterranean Sea, where the entire position is pressed in. Alright, now let's switch the lens for everyone. From this position to this position, we usually draw for a circular track. Following this position, move upward to the shape of the lips. I gently touch the lower lip tip at this position, paint the color out a little. Watch him, this corner of his eye paints him well, ash pressing. Sweeping the ash surface. After sweeping the ash surface, adjust the ash. This spot has a double eyelid position. Push the double eyelid out, then use the hair strands we mentioned earlier. At this point, look, you can increase the weight. You just emphasized it, but that won't work. And then after that, the curve. Give it a bit bigger for this distance. Pull back a little and keep a close eye on it. Don't let it be too far away. This spot isn't too far from the eye white, so the area around the grey area would be even greyer. Otherwise, the inherent colour of the whites of the eyes would be even greyer just like them. The problem is a crucial part because it determines something. Can you accurately position your chin and feet? Can you set the width of the whole face and directly push the colour out? Okay, then pay close attention to the position of the earlobe. You can also check this position, everyone. If it feels a bit wide, then retract it. Coloring is the simplest thing, outlining is the hardest, outlining is the hardest. After finishing, exit with a focus on color. Apply in groups one by one, starting from both sides and moving inward, then apply both ends, then apply this kind of color. After gathering the hair's direction, just find the ears and you're done. Be light, don't draw too hard. After using the tramo, trace the shape twice. Then make sure this area is a dozen grey and don't make it bright. Also add the small grey areas around the shadow of the affected horn. Follow it out, first find the shape, then paint it grey, then add colour, right? And for this position, look, let's redo it, just sweep out a little lightly. Side sweeping is also about finding shapes on the edge. Pay close attention to this area and put the embroidery shape. After finding it, add some colour inside, then pull out the shape of the lower part. Alright, let's move down and find the neck to match the ears, including this side. Let's see what the width of the neck should be. Once you have this reference, it will be relatively accurate, and after finishing, you can also check the width of this area. For crosswind, we must gently paint the colours. Also, the neck thread must be tucked into this surface. Don't break through the neck shape after finishing. After finishing this shape, just go out and look for it, wear it. See, you're looking for its styling, not just randomly painting in the styling spot. Apply the overall color, paint this one. Alright, now let's switch the lens. Let's bring this side out. Now adjust the lens, let's go down. Let's go find the shape first. Pull this spot a bit inward, then the cover is grey. Where there should be blank space, leave this blank space with a turning band at one end. Highlight one end and draw a small dot so this shape will always be slightly reduced. The entire stock will be slightly lowered at this position. At this position, the whole stock is a bit collapsed, so I need to show it a bit and have a bit of a collapse. It means to sink in. What does collapse mean? It means to sink in. At this point, the big relationship starts to move upward, right? Searching for this kind of style. While working, adjust this big relationship into this position. You can rub it with your hand. This color feels a bit smeared. Wipe it by hand. It will lighten a bit. Next, adjust the color, adjust the shape, and where to press the weight, then add more weight. Which spot should be brightened? Brighten it a bit. For girls like Hua, it's about practicing her hair. Make the layers of her hair richer, because her entire face already has a large area of blank space. So, since we felt the top of her head was too bright and not suitable, we pressed the color of the top of her head inward. When drawing this step, what must everyone do is draw a little, step back and take a look, draw a little, step back, look around. Don't keep staring at your head. Anyway, the shape of this object can be found in the exit. Alright, this lesson is really done. That one, top left.